It's Working Gang Reviews. You're probably going to hear some swearing, so if you can't handle swearing, I probably wouldn't watch this video. Thanks. Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews, back with more Good Omens. We're on episode 2. It's called The Book, so full spoilers if you haven't seen this episode. Again, pretty good episode, and it goes in a direction I didn't really know that the show was going to go into. That we're not just following, Crowley and Aziraphale. I'm going to try to learn how to say that guy's name before the end of the show is over. Probably be the last one too, right? This is pretty good. So I love John Hamm again. I can't say enough good things about John Hamm, but he's having a blast. He is chewing scenery in this first scene that we get, where he goes to Sheen's bookstore, picks up like the biggest book he can find, and they don't know, like, I want to buy your material thing. Book. Just, they're so, like, they think that they're fooling the humans, that we're so stupid that, that they're like just talking down to us, and speaking really, just so oversimply, thinking we don't understand, like, that the simple words they're saying are breaking our brains. I just love it, and they're making themselves just look foolish. The guy's like, what kind of book? Oh, pornography. We're buying pornography. Yeah. We're ashamed. We have to go to the back to get our pornography. I just love it. And John Hamm, like, yeah, this is him hamming it up, literally. No pun intended. But he is just fantastic. And it's just them checking up on the Antichrist. You can't have war without war. He's so impressed. It's like, oh my God, the bar must be really low up in heaven in this universe. So, it just kind of puts Sheen's Aziraphale, did I say it right on accident? On edge, which leads him and Crowley to try to find, he gets it in his head, that since they didn't see the Hellhound, since they couldn't sense things, he gets it in his head and realizing, I think we might have sent the kid to the wrong family. But we also have the story of Agnes Nutter. Now what's really cool is the actress who plays Agnes Nutter in this actually was the voice on a BBC when they adapted it for the radio, which I kind of envy the BBC that the radio is that popular over there, that they still do like plays and stuff. And I don't, if there is that kind of thing here in America, I just thought we had podcasts, we didn't do radio shows anymore. But it's kind of cool. But she actually got to come back as the character in this. And I love this scene because it's your typical burn the witch. Except, all the things that she does is really helping them. And that's why she's a witch. So she helped them, and now she has to pay. She's teaching them about jogging. She's a witch, So they come and they go to kill her. I love the witch hunter. There's a confusion with his name. They call him Adultery Percival. And back then, you get accused of things and it sticks. Well, he says that he's got a really long title of why what name he is to prove he's not Adultery Percival. But as soon as they get to the door, it's all written under his hat. As soon as they get there, she just calls him, oh, hey, Adulterous Percival, you're late. And what she doesn't tell them, because she just like rolls right out, like, you're going to burn me, let's go. Well, she's also got this book, but we'll get to that. And she goes to burn her, just burn herself alive, and they're like, oh, all right, yeah, burn the witch. Except she secretly loaded 50 pounds, I don't know how she did this, but whatever. She put a whole bunch of gunpowder and roofing nails inside her clothes so that when they set her on fire, she exploded. It was fucking awesome. When he sees what's about to happen, oh bugger. just so great. And I love how they explain all of it. But in this, we get the book. So through her death and throughout the centuries, this book about her prophecies, the nice and accurate prophecies of Agnes Nutter, is passed down from generation to generation of the family. And all of them are like super, super accurate. And the first one we hear is like, an apple will rise that you cannot eat. Buy into Steve Jobs, Jobs. It's all written, like in a different way, but like if interpreted, you knew that they were talking about Apple and Steve Jobs. It's pretty cool. Well, what was the other thing I was going to say? One second. Anyway, I thought it was something, but it's nothing, I guess. So the book is now in the present time, and its latest descendants are supposed to, the youngest girl in this family is supposed to be the one that saves the world. Meanwhile, the descendant of Percival, adultery Percival, is alive. And just like his ancestor, he doesn't have good luck, apparently. And everything, like technology, breaks around him. And, everything is crap. And I don't know how someone could survive with that kind of bad luck throughout their lives without I guess bad luck would be if they tried to kill themselves, it wouldn't work. So, this poor guy you could tell he's kind of on a collision course probably with the girl now, who's looking for the Antichrist. Meanwhile, we've got Crowley and Azrael, who in a weird scene about the plants, that he's got the most beautiful plants, but they're all got the fear of God in them. They're shaking. It's a really bizarre scene, but funny. And Sheen and Tennant, man, their chemistry is just so goddamn good. Everything about it, except that Tennant gets to have a little more fun because he gets to be a demon who's nice. He hates to be called nice. He doesn't want to admit it, But Sheen, unfortunately, because he just has to be, super nice about everything. And in a way, Crowley is better at blending in with people than Azrael is, because that super upper, that chipper attitude is just something in today's society that makes you stand out. Isn't that sad? That the status quo is kind of, fuck off. Like, so they end up going back to the old, the convent that the baby was born. I like how they explain why they went, because I said, I guess that's a thing, taking it to a convent to give birth, that they had it all set up, that the hospital at that base that they were at wouldn't be ready, and that they would have to go there because it's the only closest hospital. I like that. Nice way to tie like a plot hole. Like, I love that. And so we're also told by John Hamm's character earlier that now that everything is set in motion, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are going to be summoned, but we outsource it now. And so this is where God, in her narration, played by Frances McDormand, introduces us to Muriel Enos, who plays War, the first horseman of the apocalypse we're introduced to. And man, does she look great with that red hair. And she doesn't get to do much here, but just cause chaos at this like really important peace summit, that just her mere presence there turns everything into chaos. And I love it. It's just a small little thing here, but I love her to death. She was good in Hannah from what I saw. I didn't finish it because I just didn't like the way the show was going, and that's neither here nor there because that's got nothing to do with Good Omens. But I like her as an actress quite a bit. If you haven't seen The Killing, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's amazing. But I love seeing this. She's really great in this, and I can't wait to see more of it because the other ones are coming, and I know Brian Cox is one of the 4 horsemen as well. I don't know who the other 2 are, but if you got her and Brian Cox, great. So we also have the kids now. So this part is the thing that I just kind of was like, whatever. They say that there's a witch living near them, and so they decide to play British Inquisition, which, yeah, that's healthy. And it is really innocent because the torture device is the swing, and they're not taking it that seriously. But when you're like dealing with the Antichrist, you probably shouldn't be dealing with any kind of torture now. And so this is where they meet the witch in person, in that we're speaking of, the daughter, the descendant of Agnes Nutter. And she's out there looking around trying to find the Antichrist when she's standing right next to him. But he's got like protections so that you can't just spot him from, and it's protected from a cult, right? He said that's what Crowley says, and I like that Sheen's like, well, yeah, I'm not on a cult, I'm ethereal. Why can't I see him? So, but if you think about it in the end, since everybody's just kind of playing that whole, it's all in the plan kind of thing, it just, I guess that's the way it makes sense. But they decide, Crowley and Azrael decide to like get their people on it. But while they're at the convent, this is where they find out about the switcheroo, and they got the whole thing with the paint guns, and the people from earlier that had the Percival's office people all end up like using real guns on each other. Thankfully, Crowley was just kind of playing a prank and not a deadly one. It would have been dark as fuck otherwise, but I kind of wish it was. But whatever. I think that it would have taken a too dark of a turn. For a character that they're trying to set up as, you know, he's evil like light. Like his time on Earth has changed him to where he's bad, but like, you know, where he threatens his plants. You know what I mean? So they find out that there was the old switcheroo done at the nunnery, and that they've got to now track down this kid. In the meantime, the girl that is driving back on her bike hits Crowley's car, and she ends up leaving the book of prophecies in the back seat, which Aziraphale then reads, and I love his reaction to the cocoa shall be cold or something, or groweth cold, and his like to the prophecy that he's reading. And so we get this little montage, and I'm sure that there's probably some Easter eggs or foreshadowing in there, but I didn't feel like checking it out and slowing down. That's for other people to make videos about, what did it say in the messages? Ooh. So I'll leave that to other reviewers. But in this, we realize now, oh, he gets the number from the prophecies, the 6, 6, and 6, and puts it, and decides an experiment to see if it's a telephone number. It couldn't be that easy, and it is. Sorry, right number, click. And so now Azrael knows where the Antichrist is. And so the chase will be on. The next episode says it's going to be showing Crowley and Azrael's relationship over the years, so I'm really looking forward to that. But I'm only doing one of these a day because I want to just kind of, I know it's only 6 episodes, and so I figure by this point I'll be done by Thursday, and I just want to do one a day. I don't want to just cram through this. I am enjoying it. Plus they're hour-long episodes, so anyway, if you liked this review, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. If you feel like contributing to the channel, there are links to the PayPal and the Patreon below. Otherwise, this is Robert Smirking Gun Review saying have a great day, and we will see you on the next episode.